Hey, what's up, Spencer? My name is Everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you were a 90s kid like me, then sitting your ass in front of a foot-thick television was an essential part of your childhood. And if you were even more like me, then that thick-ass television was tuned to Cartoon Network, and you were watching some good-ass shit like Courage the Cowardly Dog, Powerpuff Girls, and Codename Kids Next Door. And if you were thrice like me, then you probably had a weird-ass fascination with how flat Beast Boy and Robin's chests looked in those skin-tight suits, a fascination that wouldn't make sense until much, much later on in life. Ah yes, Cartoon Network, a channel that had a formative influence on the lives of millions of children growing up, an influence that might not be around for much longer. On July 9th, the Twitter account, and yes, I am calling it Twitter. If Elon Musk is gonna dead name his kids, then I sure as hell am gonna dead name his fucking app. The Twitter account Animation Workers Ignited tweeted out a post that said, "Cartoon Network is dead? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point. Spread the word about what's at stake for animation, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Post about your favorite Cartoon Network shows using hashtag RIP Cartoon Network," along with a minute-long animation that talked about how a lot of animators have been out of work for a long time and how networks are continuously cutting costs by slashing projects and firing people. This post currently has over 11 million views, with thousands upon thousands of responses of people talking about their favorite Cartoon Network shows, as well as lamenting over the horrors of late-stage capitalism. Just about everybody and their dog was fired up about this post, except it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. This actually isn't true. After this tweet blew up, Cartoon Network came out to officially say that they are not actually closing down, and they have a lot of shows that are in the process of being made and a lot more projects that have been greenlit for the future. Now, that doesn't mean that this tweet was a complete lie, because while they weren't fully honest about Cartoon Network shutting down, everything else that they were talking about was essentially true. For example, this clip talked about how a lot of animators have been out of work for a long time.
What happened to all the animation workers?
A lot of them are unemployed, in record numbers in fact, and many have been unemployed for upwards of a year.
And according to this graph provided by Zippia, we can see that the unemployment rate for animators has skyrocketed in the past few years. This video claims that even though animators carried a lot of studios through the pandemic, they got rewarded by having their projects canceled and getting fired, which obviously is true. We just looked at the unemployment graph.
But they carried the industry during the pandemic.
That's right. When COVID first hit, animation was able to operate completely remotely, making it one of the only forms of entertainment that could continue production uninterrupted. But studios decided to pay them back by canceling projects, outsourcing jobs, and laying off artists en masse.
And I'm sure that we can all think of at least one animated project that we were looking forward to that ended up getting trashed. Remember how they made that entire Acme movie and then threw the whole entire thing in the dumpster just so they could get a tax write-off? I'm still upset about that one. The video also talks about how animation studios will artificially make their profit margins look better by firing animators and by canceling projects, and that the only way that we can help animators is by talking about our favorite old Cartoon Network shows.
So they want to reap, huh? I'll show them reap.
I don't think you'll be doing much with a plastic scythe, but you can help by spreading the word. Post about your favorite Cartoon Network shows you wish were still around using hashtag RIP Cartoon Network.
Honestly, this clip just makes me mad. Not because they're talking about how screwed over animators are getting and how stupid it is that studios are getting away with this stuff, because all that stuff is legit, but because this video is essentially a giant pile of nothing. One, they lied about the closing of a major studio. In their video, they did say that Cartoon Network is essentially dead, which is different than what they said in their tweet, which is that Cartoon Network is dead. And this is the reason why this tweet blew up so much. A lot of people thought that this was an official announcement of the closing of Cartoon Network, when it wasn't. Two, how is me talking about how much I love Ben 10 supposed to do anything. If Cartoon Network really was shutting down, me talking about how much I wish that I had an Omnitrix isn't gonna stop that from happening, and seeing as it's not shutting down, me talking about that is supposed to do what exactly? Is this supposed to somehow convince Cartoon Network to hire more animators? Because I don't think that that's gonna happen here. If Animation Workers Ignited really wanted to cause change for the animation community, it wouldn't be encouraging us to talk about how much we love The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. It would be encouraging us to go and talk to our lawmakers. Studios don't care about what people are saying on Twitter. They care about what they can legally get away with. If we really want real change to happen for animators, then we have to encourage lawmakers to pass laws that say that studios are not allowed to trash projects after they've been finished just for a tax write-off. Or would give more power to unions in these types of situations, or would even pass laws saying that animators are not allowed to be subjected to the horrible working conditions that they currently are. All this tweet has done is gotten a lot of people worked up over something that isn't happening. All right, that's kind of everything that I have for this story. There isn't much more for me to say, except please go and talk to your lawmakers. This is the only way that anything is going to change. And I don't mean like just things like president lawmakers. I mean like even stuff as small as who is running for your city council can have a major influence in the way that things work in your community. Let me know your thoughts down below about some of the things that we can do to help support animators. Definitely go out and follow some animators on Instagram and Tumblr and YouTube and wherever you may support animators. Following and viewing those people isn't gonna hurt them none. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more like it. But besides that, make sure that you stay safe and have a fantastic day. Bye.